Hi there. This is a thought for today. And today I am reading from a book called Love's New Earth. And it's by Hope Mauran, Mauran, Love's New Earth. And I'm reading from chapter 96, and it's a chapter called Freedom from Fear. She says, we all have an essential role to play in creating a more loving and kind world. And if we are afraid, we can't fulfill our role and midwife the miracles, as is our birthright. We pick up feelings and emotions from each other because they're contagious. Fear latches on very easily in a subtle manner, and we don't notice its arrival unless we pay careful attention to our body and its response to new information. Fear fractures our protective aura of connection to the field of love and thus robs us of the innate power of who we truly are. What we fear, we energetically connect with, focus upon, and thus attract into our experience. Fear undermines our power and lowers our frequency. So, finding our way from fear to equanimity is important so that we aren't immobilized and ensnared by its plan that puts our safety in someone else's hands. Fear is not a natural state, it's a distortion in our energy field. It's enabled by our misidentification with being our bodies and our belief that we are separate, disconnected from each other and from the world we live in. When we know we are connected to each other, the earth, and the field of love around us, we're less vulnerable to fear and to the stresses of these times. So, here are three inspiring stories that illustrate a resiliency to fear that comes from these people knowing who they are. Peace Pilgrim is the first one. Peace Pilgrim was Mildred Norman, and she walked back and forth across the U.S. without any belongings, saying she would walk until war stopped and there was peace on earth. She carried no food, she didn't ask for anything, and she ate only when it was offered. Once, she was invited into a car to get warm. The man planned to rape her, but she went to sleep in complete trust without fear. Her peaceful sleep and her love frequency awoke the higher nature and peaceful protector in the man, and he didn't follow through with his plan. Her high frequency love, which was more coherent, overrode his lower frequency and his actions changed. The banner on her website has this quote: "No one walks as safely as one who walks humbly and harmlessly with great love and great faith." A woman I will call Rachel was in a similarly dangerous situation. She was stripped naked by several men, and it was love that radiated with such energy from her naked body that the men could not follow through with their plan either. There's a higher aspect to us all that helps us through these kinds of dire situations. You could call it spirit guides, guardian angels, higher self, Christ self, love incarnate, or the universe. It is our wild card, our innate power as our original creator self coming through to us to influence the world we live in. Sometimes, in threatening situations, our true self shines through our physicality and saves the day. Or perhaps it's because in times of great need, we let go of our resistance to our true nature as love and allow our eternal, ever present light to shine through us unimpeded. Our third story is about Lama Rangbar Nyamai Ozer, a Tibetan Buddhist who told the story of walking home late at night in Kathmandu in the mountains of Nepal. Stray street dogs mostly sleep through the daytime and then gather together in feral packs at night. One night, there was a pack of 30 to 40 dogs in the road ahead, and the only way to get home was through the fiercely growling and barking dogs. With Lama's characteristic humor, he shared that it would be bad policy to run. And he just decided that whatever they were doing or saying had nothing to do with him. Their barking must have to do with someone else or something else. So as he walked straight through the pack, the dogs stopped barking and quieted. They didn't get any rise of fear out of him. And after this, he shared, "This is a metaphor for our lives. Everyone is barking their opinions about what we are doing. The phenomena often barks too. Things like situations, bill collectors, other things that you could react to. And in that reaction, you explode it. Your emotions and chi get involved. And all that happens is that you become exhausted and terrified. The alternative is to stay focused and clear. Understand your own intentions and move forward with life. Sometimes accelerating is one way to get out of a situation as well, because a path reveals itself. The Lama story is a template for our path forward. Having moved past our fear, it requires us to keep walking ahead with our focus on where we do want to go and remembering that it may be necessary to get us out of a tight situation. So as you go through the day, think about how well you handle fear, or does it handle you? And then ask yourself, where do you want to go? What are you afraid of? How can you quiet yourself and walk through that situation as if it was all about somebody else? And make a great day.